Hello and welcome to my very first 3D tutorial video. In this video I'll be showing you a walkthrough of modeling this drum key that I have, and it's going to be in SolidWorks. I'm using SolidWorks 2013, but the methods I'm going to be using can be used in I believe any version of SolidWorks, or perhaps even other programs that have these basic features. But I'm taking measurements directly from the physical drum key I actually have with a set of digital calipers. It's not going to be super precise, but it's just to get the gist across, a more beginner's method. And I will set up a SolidWorks file here and see you there. Okay, so I've set up a new part file here. I made sure I put it to inches because I'm measuring this drum key in inches. I want it to be accurate to scale. So let's start off. I noticed first thing that it's made of two pieces. There's like the wing tabs that stick out, and then there's the shaft of it that actually turns the bolt on the drum head. So I'm going to start this from the front plane. I'm going to make a new sketch, and first thing I want to draw is a center line. So I'm going to add a line and a vertical center line for construction and infinite length, so it stays there, and rebuild. And this is going to name it center line. Okay, now we always have that. As a new sketch here on the front plane, I'm going to make another line, and this is going to be a basic outline of the drum key starting from the top. So kind of goes down, basic shapes. Could just be rough with this, and then back up. So I'm only doing half of it. There's another half over here that you can't see. Okay, I'm gonna smart dimension. First thing I want to do is make sure, before I smart dimension, first thing I want to do is find the origin, which is up here, and this. I want to take the whole thing and slide it up. I want to make this bottom line line up with, hold control and click the origin so it's coincident with it. So the bottom of the drum key from this angle is flat against the origin of the world. Then I want to start doing some dimensions. To do that, I right clicked and I have a wheel set up with all the tools here, which if you'd like I could do another video on how to do that. It's not really hard. In the options menu you can select your mouse gestures to do this. I have smart dimension, the trim, the line, spline, the rectangle tool, a fillet tool, a circle, and a normal too. And right now I'm going to go to the dimension, and first thing I'm going to do is the height. So the whole thing is 1.56 inches tall. That's going to throw some of these off, but that's fine. Then this section of it here is about 1.15 inches. The top diameter is 0.35 inches, so 0.35, but since it's mirroring it, we're only going to need half, so divided by 2. Hit enter, and now that's correct. This section here is 0.38 roughly. Okay, and now the bottom diameter is going to be 0.4. Oh, I'm sorry, 0.4 diameter. See, that's what happens if you don't do half. You end up getting twice. You get the whole diameter over here. You want half. So divided by 2, you get 0.2. Alright, and now normally I would wait to add the fillets outside of as a post, as its own body operation, but right now I'm going to add it right in here. I think 0.5, I'm just guessing for this. half that. Okay, so 0.025 inches is probably fine. Not for that one, and for this one at the bottom. This one here can be more. Maybe 0.05 for that one. 0.1. Maybe 0.075 looks good. Okay. So now the profile of the shaft is done. So what I want to do is I want to click on the center line and then go to revolve boss base, and that'll spin it around and like a lathe and make the shaft piece. So that is a basic example of what to do for there. Next, what I want to do is cut a hole for the wing, like the arms that you twist, right into the side. So I'm going to go on the right plane, make a sketch. I'm going to get a circle. You can get a circle up here. On the center line, I'm going to drag one out, just any shape, and then I'm going to go to the Smart Dimension tool. And this here is 0.29 inches in diameter. That one will be the diameter, so I don't have to divide it by 2. And from the top to here is 0.3 inches. Okay, so what I want to do is go to features while still in the sketch, so I don't need to click on the sketch later. Extruded cut, and I'm going to do through all, and that's only going through one side, so I want to make it go both. So direction 2 will make it go the opposite way as well, and they're both through all. So what this will do when you hit OK, we'll put a hole right through it. That's where the wing tabs will be going. Next thing I want to do is on the bottom here, I'm going to add this hole, but first you can't really see it on the computer screen, but it's a rounded dip, and then it cuts an X or a square up into it. So let's get this round dip in there. I could have added that with the revolve here, but I'm going to do that as a separate step for a different method. So let's go to the front plane, draw a spline from the center to right here. So that's about where it cuts into. And because I want to mirror this, I want this center to be horizontal. So I can do that by clicking on the arm and going to horizontal. And it goes in about Smart Dimension this from the origin at 0.05, so it was pretty darn close right off the bat. Next, want to have this blend in smoothly, so I want to make it horizontal or tangent to this, so it's going to be horizontal, and pull it in like that. I'm going to pull this one out so it's more like an even dome. And then what I want to do is take this and make it a closed shape. I'm going to go to features. I'm going to click on the center line and do a revolved cut, and that's going to spin around and cut that out of the bottom. Now you can't really see it here. Yeah, you can't really see it, but when I make the cut, you'll notice that it'll be like a scalloped edge around this. So I'm going to go to the top plane, make a sketch, and I'm going to go to normal 2, which you can hit spacebar and then go to normal 2, and you flip it over. Now you're looking at the bottom. I want to go to a center point rectangle right here. Sometimes it's set up default as that, I believe, but this is the one we want. and I'm going to drag it straight out almost to there. And if you notice, hit escape to get out of the tool. This is a rectangle, it's not square. So to make it square, I want to click on these two perpendicular edges and make them equal. So now, no matter what I do, it's going to stay perfectly square. And these holes, I believe, are 0.24. Yeah, 0.24. So I want to get this Smart Dimension tool and make one of the sides 0.24, almost a quarter of an inch. And it's not quite touching that. So I want to take this and do an extruded cut, and it's going the wrong way. So since it's going outward and I want to go cut in, I will flip it right here, and blind, I'm gonna make it. Let's see what this measurement is. So it's like, let's see, 0.35. Yeah, 0.35 looks pretty good. It's 0.35 inches, and I'm gonna cut. Now, see, now you can see the dome, like the concave dome in there that it cut. In the bottom, it's still perfectly square, but yeah. Okay, so the shaft piece is done. The next, I believe I'm going to put this in another video because this one's getting kind of long. Just bear with me, it's the first time doing this. So next one we'll go and do the wing arms, and then we'll combine it into one piece.